Welcome to a presentation on forecast coaching. This is being presented by Tim Hagen and Sales Progress, a training reinforcement partner company. Now, when we think about forecasting and we think about coaching, we have to ask ourselves a question: why coach to a salesperson forecast at all? And what are the keys to successful forecasting? And what's the coach's role in regard to forecasting, as well as coaching a salesperson through that process? And what questions do we need to ask? And last, why does coaching help with forecasting? First of all, why coach to a salesperson's forecast? One, the integrity of the issue. Forecasts are a very nebulous, arduous, and sometimes very inaccurate process. Therefore, we really need to be honest with ourselves so we can be honest with our companies. And two, we need to be accurate. Companies bank their future on forecasts. If we're not accurate, not only are we lacking integrity, but we're lacking accuracy. And last, I guarantee you, underneath each and every stage of a forecast, in each and every cell within a spreadsheet of a forecast, there are performance development opportunities. So the keys to successful forecasting are asking the right questions. Not just asking on a scale of 1 to 5 you think you're going to get the deal, but asking questions. What do you bank this deal on? What stage of the sales process are you at? What is one thing that would inhibit you from getting this deal? We can't just accept forecasts at face value. And we have to quit avoiding assumptions. Let's be honest, as sales leaders, we want everyone to hit their forecast, right? But yet it's been estimated that 50 to 52% of all salespeople don't hit their quotas. So what you have to do as a sales leader is start to build in that lack of success ratio. And last, we need to coach to the integrity of the data. And one of the ways you can do that is to ask questions. If you lose 2 of your 5 top deals that you feel fairly confident of getting, what have you done to insulate you from that type of risk? And watch the mind and listen to the mind of your salespeople, because some will be prepared and some won't. The coach's role is really quite simple. We ask questions. We want them to be honest with us so we can be better prepared to push up numbers that are more accurate to the powers to be. And we need to build a comfort with the process of forecasting. So if someone feels like they're going to be at 80%, typically salespeople will tell us what we want to hear. Why? Because it relieves them from pressure. But if we can get a more accurate depiction of where they're at, the more accurate we can be as sales leaders. Last, one of the most powerful things that you can do is something called a self-actualized question. Here's an example. John, I understand you're at about 85% of target. What are you going to do to successfully fill that gap of 15%? And how could I go about helping you? The objective of a self-actualized question is to ask a what question filled in with a success imperative. What are you going to do to successfully fill that 15% gap? Very powerful form of questions. So when you ask questions, what are you banking this on? What are 2 things you're going to do to absorb in the event of losing 2 or 3 deals? What are you doing to absorb that type of risk? If you had to stake your life on a scale of 1 to 5, the top 3 deals are going to come through, and 1, you're just not sure at all, where would you rate it? So you can ask rating questions as well. But the key imperative here is to ask questions. What's behind those numbers? Are there assumptions? Are there wishes? Are they just telling you they're going to be at 105% to get you off their back? And that lacks integrity. But coaching provides an opportunity not only to take that person who said they're going to be at 100%, who's really probably at about 85%, to get them to a point to not only be honest with themselves, but if you create that comfort, they're going to be more engaged with you, which ultimately positions you to drive better performance attributes. So again, the competition's going through the same thing. Everybody does this. Everybody goes through the same forecasting process in essence. And then what we do is we bank on it. Here's what I've got. Build into your mind 1 out of every 2 of your reps are not going to hit their numbers. And what are you going to do as a coach to drive them Condition them, motivate them, inspire them, challenge them, question them to get their numbers up. And something's behind those numbers. It's usually a lack of knowledge, a lack of skills, or some type of a behavioral attribute as it relates to selling performance, such as attitude, fear, anxiety. If you find those things out, you're in a better position to help your salespeople. So in conclusion, ask questions. Sit down with each and every one of your reps and have them educate you in each and every deal. Use a rating scale if you want, but more importantly, ask questions. What do you bank that on? What are you doing to insulate yourself from risk if you lose 2 of your 5 top deals? Prepare these open-ended questions and you're going to learn a ton. I hope this has helped. If you'd like any more information on our company, obviously you can see our website. We'd love to chat with you.